Look, quick question. Have you ever checked your bank account right after you got paid? Felt that tiny hit of relief? And then, like 2 weeks later, you're already doing mental gymnastics trying to figure out which bill can wait until next Friday? Because on paper, you're not broke. You're working, you're earning, you're doing what you're supposed to do. And yet, it still feels tight, like you're running, but the finish line keeps moving. If you've ever thought, why does this still feel so hard when I'm doing everything right? Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Because here's the thing, most people don't fail with money because they're bad at math. They fail because they don't know which financial level they're actually playing at, and nobody talks about that. My name is John, and I spend way too much time thinking about relevant financial topic. If you're someone who described the viewer's financial struggle, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's what most people don't realize. Money isn't one game. It's four completely different games with different rules, different stress points, and different mistakes. And the reason so many people feel stuck is because they're using level 1 strategies in a level 3 problem. So today I'm going to walk you through the four financial levels almost everyone reaches, the psychology that traps people at each level, the exact mistake that keeps them stuck, and what actually moves you forward. This isn't motivational fluff. We're going to use real numbers, real examples, and real behavior. And yes, some of this might be uncomfortable, but it's the good kind of uncomfortable. Level 1, survival mode. This is where almost everyone starts. Level 1 is simple. Your income barely covers your life. Your entire financial world revolves around rent, food, transportation, minimum payments. That's it. There's no strategy here, just survival. The math. Let's say you make $2,500 a month after taxes. Your expenses look like this. Rent, $1,200. Utilities, $200. Food, $400. Transportation, $300. Phone plus internet, $150. You're already at $2,250. That leaves $250 for emergencies, clothing, medical stuff, literally anything unexpected, which means one flat tire can knock you out for months. According to the Federal Reserve, over 37% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency with cash. That's not because they're irresponsible, it's because level 1 leaves zero margin. The psychology. Here's what's really happening. When you're in survival mode, your brain is constantly scanning for threats. So you make short-term decisions, avoid thinking long-term, feel guilty spending anything, feel anxious even when things are fine. Now you might be thinking, John, I know this already. Tell me how to get out. Here's the hard truth. You don't budget your way out of level 1. Budgeting helps you survive. Income changes move you up. How people get stuck. The biggest trap here is believing, if I just cut enough expenses, I'll be okay. No. At level 1, the real goal is stability, not optimization, which brings us to level 2, stability, the most misunderstood level. This is where people finally breathe. Level 2 means bills are paid on time. You're not overdrafting. You have some savings. Emergencies are annoying, but not catastrophic. You're no longer panicking, but you're also not winning. The math, let's say, now you make $4,500 a month. Your expenses, living costs, $3,200. Subscriptions, eating out, fun, $600. You're left with $700. That's progress. You build $3,000 emergency fund, then $6,000, maybe even $10,000. And for the first time, money feels calm. This is where people say, I'm doing okay. But here's what most people don't realize. Level 2 is where people stall for decades. Why? Because stability feels like success. The psychology. Your brain finally relaxes, and when stress goes down, urgency disappears. So what happens? Lifestyle creep sneaks in. You upgrade the car, you move to a nicer place, you reward yourself constantly. Now you might be thinking, But isn't that the point of making more money? Yes, but only if your net worth is moving faster than your lifestyle. At level 2, most people increase comfort, not capacity. The big mistake, they confuse income with wealth. Income pays bills, wealth buys freedom, and level 2 income without level 3 thinking leads to level 3, capacity, where things get really interesting. This is the level nobody teaches. Level 3 is when you stop asking, how do I pay for this? And start asking, how do I make money work for me? The shift at level 3, you save before you spend. You invest consistently. You think in systems, not paychecks. Time becomes more valuable than stuff. This is where math and psychology finally align. The math, let's say you invest $1,000 a month at a 7% annual return. In 10 years, approximately $173,000. In 20 years, approximately $520,000. In 30 years, approximately $1.2 million. That's not hustle. That's compounding. Here's what most people don't realize. The first $100,000 is brutally slow. The second $100,000 feels easier. The third almost feels automatic. The psychology. At this level, the hardest part isn't discipline. It's delayed gratification. You're saying no to things you can afford because you're building something most people never will. And yes, it feels boring sometimes, but boring is powerful. Common objection. John, investing feels risky. Look, not investing is also a risk. Inflation quietly eats your savings every year. Cash feels safe, but safety that doesn't grow is a slow leak. Level 4, freedom, the level people pretend they're at. This is the final level, and no, it's not yachts and private jets. Real financial freedom is simple. Your assets pay for your life. That's it. The math: if your lifestyle costs $60,000 a year and your investments generate 4% annually, you need about $1.5 million invested. Not flashy, not impossible, just intentional. The psychology at level 4. Money loses emotional power. Decisions are values-based, not fear-based. You stop chasing more and start protecting what matters. Ironically, this is where people become the calmest. Because money is no longer the point. How to move up, actionable steps. Let's make this practical. If you're in level 1, focus on income growth, skills, certifications, job changes. Build a $1,000 buffer first. Ignore investing for now. Stability comes first. If you're in level 2, lock lifestyle before income rises. Automate savings and investing. Track net worth, not just cash flow. If you're in level 3, increase investment rate, not spending. Protect your time. Avoid status upgrades. If you're in level 4, simplify, diversify, teach someone else. Look, you're not behind. You're just at a different level than you thought. Money feels confusing because nobody explains the stages. They just shame people for being in them. But once you know the game you're playing, you can finally start winning it. If this helped you see your situation more clearly, hit subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share this with someone who feels stuck but can't explain why. I'll see you in the next one.